All right, everybody, welcome back. Feeling your podcast. Feeling your podcast.
Are we looking at the camera?
It doesn't matter. We're just watching people. Welcome back, Feeling Your Passion podcast. We are at HayDays 2023. As always, HayDays has been a blur. It's already Sunday. It's rained. It's been sunny. It's been hot. It's been humid. It's been every bit of weather. It's been loud. There's been background sound. And I got my good buddy Trent next to us.
Good buddy. Great buddy.
Trent, how many years deep are we on HayDays?
7-ish. I don't know. Time flies, man.
7 already?
At least. We missed a year there. I missed a year, and then everybody missed a year.
I was trying to figure out, I think this is my 20th HayDays.
Really?
Well, I grew up an hour and a half north of here.
Yeah, true. It's a little closer than my 11-hour drive.
Well, now it's a 20-hour drive for me, so the tables have turned.
True.
My voice is shot. We've been to so many fun industry events throughout the weekend. It's probably my favorite part.
Yeah, my voice is the least thing I'm concerned about. My body's way worse than my voice. My feet, I think I've walked through them.
You woke up with a double the size ankle without falling.
Yeah, I just woke up with an ankle problem, and I think that's just 30s, man. HayDays is a young man's sport now.
Yeah, no kidding. The industry events are super fun. Every Caliber does a party the first night, and then Backwoods did one last night.
Yep.
That one I felt like I was in a club.
Yeah. Flashing lights.
I couldn't see anything, couldn't hear anything. There's people dancing on the bar. Yeah. There's a guy in a Yeti suit that we later found out was Micah. Yeah, it's super cool, but the only downside is by the end of it, I physically cannot talk.
No, it's rough. It's good. It's only 3 days.
Yeah, I always think I'm like,
and it's only once a year.
I kind of wish there was another day of it, but I don't know if we'd be able to get through it. Yeah. We kind of have an extra day because we get in Thursday evening and then have Friday. Yeah. Friday's super fun though because
it's like a little warm up.
Yeah, the band and everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're just kind of sitting here for a minute watching people pass by. I know we got Scott Eyer over there. I don't know if he's able to talk on camera because he had one heck of a night. Let's see. Hey, Scott, come here.
Scott's morning has been brought to you by ibuprofen and bottled water.
Scott, we just kind of want to chat about your new sponsor, ibuprofen.
Yeah. Just picked him up last night.
Pull that mic in close.
Oh, jeez.
Let me know if you can hear me.
He's so tall. Look at him.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Loud and clear?
I can hear you now.
Okay, that's good.
I think I have my headphones on backwards, but
whatever.
Feels like you're over here.
HayDays 23, man. How's it been so far?
Good. Fun. A lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's been, because my first real year coming here was last year, so
It's your first time kind of like staying at HayDays and experiencing the industry side of it.
And all the stuff at night.
Yeah.
I'm sure you're going to want to get into that.
No, I won't poke too much.
Okay. But, yeah.
The sheriff was off duty last night.
Very much so. But, yeah, it was fun. It's nice to, get in the setting. Because last year I don't think I stuck around for the parties last year.
Fun parts.
Yeah, the fun parts. So, just seeing everybody, putting a face to a name, and people I've talked to for years on Instagram or whatever. And
right.
It's a chore, isn't it? There's a lot.
It's really hard to keep.
So many people.
Well, it's like you meet somebody and you're like, okay, what's your Instagram? Because I don't know.
Yeah.
Right. You recognize people from profile pictures. Yeah, or like their username. Yeah.
Yep.
And you're like, oh, or you don't realize
previous conversations I've had with them.
or you don't realize who it is, and then it dawns on you, and you're like, oh yeah, wait, no, I do know you. Sorry.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
This is your first year at HayDays after officially being on pro team.
Second. Well, last year was my first year. But
okay, last year, yeah. How, it's pretty cool to see now, you're just becoming one of the guys. You're becoming one of the staples.
It's cool. I was actually talking to Kelly a little bit about that. Is for so many years, all of the other pros have been my idols, and they still are. But but now I feel like I'm getting to the point where like I'm actually developing like friendships with them, which is cool, and like not just looking up but looking straight into their eyes, you know what I mean? Like it's been cool. It's been fun to hang out with everybody, and
it's been fun watching. Just I mean, we kind of accidentally started this inside joke of calling you a cop, and I appreciate that you've owned it, because it's kind of becoming your thing in the industry.
It's not really an inside joke anymore.
No, I'm not sure. I'm still not sure you really like it, but I think you need to own it.
I know. I'm
doesn't really have a choice to like it.
No, you are stuck with it. I mean, you are owning it a little bit because you did put it in your rap.
Yeah, that's true. I did last year.
If you really didn't like it, you wouldn't have done that.
I know. No, it's all good. It's I mean,
that's how you know we like you.
Appreciate how nice my own mustache is. So when it gets complimented like that all the time, it's like, all right. Cool.
Yeah. It's it's kind of a it's funny when an inside joke becomes a joke of the masses.
Yep.
And it's not an inside joke anymore, even though it still feels like it's our little
even
thing.
On the way over here, because I for everybody listening, I rode over with David and Phil in the
big rig.
Yeah, big rig. So the question and answer thing that you did, the majority of the questions were all about sheriff comments or, unfortunately, me sleeping comments, because you guys did that to me last year. Took pictures of me sleeping the whole time, but
so we didn't get a wink of sleep this time.
No, he got a full good 8 hours of rest. We got to the first hotel and he was like, "Oh, I'm so tired." And I was like, "How? You've got 7 hours of sleep today."
Sleep deprivation is just part of HayDays.
He's back there curled.
I'm sitting in the back seat.
Yeah, with a pillow.
I know, exactly. How am I not supposed to sleep?
I thought you were going to say, I'm just not comfy enough to sleep. No. You look plenty comfy to me.
Oh, I was. I'll own that.
He didn't have his slippers. It was so uncomfortable.
Oh boy. I kind of might just let this happen. Just let people enjoy what's happening right now.
Where's it coming from?
The Dino. Straight Line's got a Dino over here and a violent mod sled that they've been running the Dino. We're just going to have to let this play through.
Just warming her up.
This is why I love this place, though. Literally anything can happen, and we've seen sleds drive by, helicopters fly by, planes fly over, mod sleds.
We had a mini tornado in the swamps last night.
Yeah. I actually bet a lot of you are enjoying this background noise right now. We're going to let this play through.
Ambient sled noises.
So I've figured out the pattern because I've done this about 8 times. Let it idle down, and here comes the Dino pole now.
Oh, getting warmed up.
Everybody enjoy it. I'm going to clip that and use that as a button sound here.
There you go.
Okay.
They're going to maybe do another one.
And...
All right.
Scott, on a serious note, last spring you had a pretty gnarly crash.
Yeah.
And busted up your leg pretty good. There's quite a few aftermarket mod parts going on down there.
All titanium too.
What exactly was broken, and how are we looking coming into the season?
So as a lot of people know, I broke my leg, like you said, in Cook City, the end of May. So it's been, I think, 16, 17 weeks or so. I don't know, something like that. And
he talks about his leg like a newborn baby.
Yeah, it's 16 months. Well, tomorrow.
Anyway, so ended up in the hospital in Bozeman. We stayed the night in Bozeman. They didn't do surgery. We drove home to Spokane, Coeur d'Alene. Yeah. And I had surgery like that. I guess it was the next day. But yeah, I clean broke my fibula. I mean, as clean as it gets. So I have 7 screws and a plate on that. And then my inner malleolus, so like the ball, like on the inside of your ankle. Yeah. Chunked that off, and that was like sitting down trying to poke through the skin. So I lost a little bit of skin because it killed it, and then chipped the back of my tibia, and then tore the ligament that holds the 2 bones together. So
Wow.
Yeah, so I have
Sounds like a
two
fun
pins.
Tuesday afternoon.
2 pins on the ankle, holding that back on, and then it's crazy. So Clay,
Yeah.
your buddy Clay,
Yeah.
you guys have the inside joke.
Yeah,
on.
I'm Clay.
So he actually is a medical engineer, and messaged Lars messaged him and asked him if it was one of his products that was in my leg.
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, like went off, and he's like, yeah, we designed that, so and so years ago, and yeah, he's like he's gonna be great, like it'll be fine. So
You should get a tattoo. It's just parts by Clay.
Yeah.
Mod leg by Clay.
But so before I went into surgery back in May, I asked my doctor, I was like, so how are we looking November, like recovery time? He was like, you want to ride, don't you? And I was like, well, yeah.
Yeah, of course.
And he was like, don't worry, you'll be on the snow. You'll be 90 to 100% by the end of November.
It'll probably be stronger than it was before, huh?
Hopefully.
With all that tied up in there
Yeah.
and pulled back together.
Yeah, and he said, because sometimes they pull all that stuff out,
Right.
And he said that for more active people and people that are hard on their bodies, basically,
Yeah.
that they just leave them in. As
Extra
long as
reinforcement.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
bother you, because when they pull it out, it leaves holes in the bone, and it never really fills in, right? So
That's kind of cool, though.
yeah,
Spare
except
parts.
for it. So Justin Krugman, you know
Yeah.
Justin. So he also broke his foot last February. He just had surgery like 2 weeks ago.
Didn't he re-break it?
And then, yeah, he re-broke it. They put a pin back in it, and then they took one of the pins from his previous ankle injuries out, and he got to keep it.
Oh.
So it's literally like a biohazard bag
Yeah.
or whatever bag, and
Yeah.
he's like got in his apartment.
I'd frame that. That's a pretty cool piece to have.
It was funny. So he was there at Sledfest when all of it happened, and he had a broken foot riding.
Yeah.
And he brought crutches with him, and I ended up using his crutches to get into the hospital. We walk in the hospital, and he's got his boot on, like his walking boot.
They're like, which one of you are we working on?
Yeah, that's actually the words that she said came out of her mouth. She just started laughing when she saw us. And
You get a wild crew when you throw a pair of crutches into the trailer before a sled trip.
yeah.
Is that your worst injury you've ever had?
Yeah, I've never broke a bone.
Yeah, me neither. What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is wood.
Knock on this plastic table.
How about you?
Yeah.
I've dislocated an elbow and shattered 3 bones in it.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Nice.
Broke some
Get
ribs.
some
score over here.
pins and stuff put in there?
Yeah. No.
Oh.
It just, I was young enough that just
Oh.
kind of, you didn't need those 3 bones, I found out. But,
Yeah.
oh, Scotty, I think we got another guy we can sit
Cool.
down. Yeah, jump on in.
Sounds good.
That's what I love about HayDays. Appreciate it, Scott. Thanks for stopping by, buddy. This is why
Don't tell Scotty. Scotty doesn't know.
This is why I absolutely love HayDays, as you never know who's going to wander by.
What's up?
You ever done this before?
No. What is this? Is
Ben Roth,
this what
ladies
the
and
kids are calling
gentlemen.
a podcast?
Ben Roth, who can't even go get noodles at this place anymore because his ego is just blown out of his head.
So humble.
Yeah. Drives a Lambo here.
Well, hold on now. Hold on.
And then there was
Am I
another
getting
Lambo.
attacked?
There was a second Lambo when he pulled in, and he was not happy.
That's rare.
Here's the wildest thing I've. Dude, okay.
You're like,
so,
oh my God,
The guy
somebody
at the
else
gate was
successful?
Like, oh, you're the
I-
second Lambo.
Dude, I pull up, and I swear, getting into HayDays, they think this is like the White House. Like the security that they have here. Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. The security that they have here is like, these guys are straight out of.
It's
like,
impressive.
Yeah,
Like, you can't
Ex-Navy
sneak into this
SEALs.
place.
Yeah. They're ex-Navy SEAls, I'm pretty sure. So they are like extreme hardos every single time that we show up and like
Well,
try and get in.
Because you don't have your paperwork together, probably.
Wow. No. Okay. So I show up.
I got in fine.
I show up and I'm like, hey man, yeah, I'm just driving to my booth. And they're like, where's your vendor pass? And I'm like, this thing's not coming in and out. I'm just going to the booth. And he goes, this is a second Lambo in 5 minutes. And I go, whoa, really? I was like, oh wow, okay. And he was like, yeah, so you're not too special, buddy. And I was like, I never said I was. I'm just trying to get in, man.
It's great. We always talk about how it's like, oh my God, it's so hard to get in here, but we're all just super lazy and don't get the right pass on the
Yeah,
windshield, and then you drive right in.
Yeah.
It's insane. You walk around here, I'm like, it's awesome that they have the security, but hard to like breach the fence here.
Yeah.
We always have buddies that are like, yeah, can I get in? We're like, I don't think so.
Good luck.
Last night, I was
We
walking
let the
around.
liquor talk.
Yeah, we let the liquor talk last night. We let the liquor make a lot of decisions, but I was walking around trying to find Evan, which is never a good start. We were like in the back 40, and I've never been back there. Like, it was like where like you almost park. It's like day parking.
Yeah.
Back there so far.
But Evan might be there.
He was back there. And I was trying to track him down, and he was like, I'm over here. And I was following his location, and it was like leading me out of HayDays. And I was like following his location, and the security guards were like, look, man, if you go past this gate, we're not letting you back in. And I was like, have you seen like a little guy running around here? Did he walk back? Did you tell him the same thing? And did he end up out in this field somewhere?
Were you out there?
No. And then I was like, okay, well, I guess I'm not going to do that then. And then he just popped up out of nowhere. Yeah.
That's pretty
that was good.
reoccurring theme week after week with you guys and Evan.
Yeah,
It's
dude.
kind of mission, where is Evan tonight?
No, it's like nonstop entertainment with that guy. Like, it's like he's such a wild card, and he provides just so much entertainment, just like living his life.
Yeah.
Hide and seek.
He's
champ.
like one of those friends though that's like, it's like watching a train wreck, and it's
You can't look away.
yeah, you can't look away.
Yeah, you're just along for the ride.
Yeah.
You're a bystander. You're the guy that's thinking about writing the ticket.
Yeah, exactly.
He's
Dude,
just out here in his element too.
I mean, actually though, if you guys watch the videos, and you would know that Evan destroys everything he touches, and like, we joke about it, but it's actually disturbingly expensive. like we joke about it, but it
Like,
sucks.
we've discussed his pay now.
Yeah, no, it's insane. Like, for a while there, 4 videos in a row, I think, he cost like broke a $15,000 machine.
The
4 videos in
Subaru
a
was
row.
kind of rough to watch.
Yeah,
that was a nice car.
Well, it was, and he was just like, what are you talking about? This thing had 100,000 miles. The head gaskets are notorious for going. And we're like, dude, just shift. It wouldn't blow up.
The
and he
bumpers
blew,
don't just spontaneously fall off like that.
Yeah,
normally.
exactly.
Yeah.
He blew it up in I think like 4 minutes or something. It was insanely impressive.
Ooh, Trent,
go.
I kind of want to get Caleb in the middle here with
That's
Ben
fine.
for a minute.
That's fine.
I would love to hear Ben ask Caleb a couple questions really quick.
I do have some questions for
Caleb. Caleb Kesterke's here. I love this place.
Trade me seats.
Yeah, we're getting you in the middle here.
Oh boy.
I'm like, this seems like a fun group and an interesting
What's up, dude?
spin on things.
How's it going?
Good. How you doing?
You ever met this guy? You know this guy is? You know who this guy is?
No. Who is he?
Caleb Kesterke.
Oh, hey, Caleb.
Yeah.
He's like kind of good at snowmobiling.
Super
Yeah.
adequate.
Not even that. No, I try not to hold the group.
Gonna get right in on this mic.
Dude, I have a question for you, Caleb.
Okay.
So, last year when you got injured and you hurt your neck, right?
Yeah. It was almost 3 years ago now.
It was 3 years?
But the first year I did actually pretty okay. Didn't have too many symptoms, and then it got bad after that.
So,
But anyway,
did you
continue.
sprain your neck?
Basically, yeah, like the ligaments are stretched. The ligaments in my neck are too long, so then I have alignment issues and a whole host of symptoms from that.
Dude, I sprained my neck like a month and a half ago.
Is that what happened? Is that
Yeah.
the final diagnosis?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've been like down bad. So what have you been like? What have you found that like helps?
Ben's like, help me. Mentor me.
Man, it's been rough. I haven't found a lot. The first thing you should do though is like look into addressing alignment in your spine. So like a lot
Yeah,
of
my
your
parents are
alignment-
chiropractors. So
But
like,
that's not good enough. It goes a lot deeper than that. That's good. You're aware of chiropractic, but you really need to look into like Nuka chiropractic or Atlas orthogonal, which is very specific for the Atlas. Just getting your neck like cracked and popped doesn't necessarily address alignment in your neck. So what you really want to do is start right below the skull, address that alignment, and then everything else kind of falls into place.
What a specific, great topic for you two. I forgot that happened to you. I didn't even think this was going this way. But
I didn't know about that.
Yeah.
But you might have some issues, and it might be a rough recovery because that's like worse than just breaking.
Breaking it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
I
would have
know.
been better to break it.
yeah, I know. Yeah, I've heard that.
How'd you determine that's what it was? Did you go in and get x-rayed or checked out? Or
Yeah, I got x-rayed.
Really?
Yeah. I was doing a front flip in a mini truck, and I got like severe whiplash on the landing.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
A little different story than yours, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Is it though? Like whiplash to the neck. Like,
Yeah.
It's all kind of the same.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that struggle with symptoms from their neck, and they don't even know it's from their neck.
Right.
both of you guys are killing it on the YouTube front. Obviously in similar demos, but similar. Caleb, and I shouldn't say similar fan bases, but I'd say, Caleb, you are at the charge, you and Muskoka on the sled side, and then the boys are just a little bit of everything motorsports related.
Yeah.
It's interesting to me seeing when I go into analytics where people are coming from recommended videos, and it's just this jumble of the same people that we all support and hang out with. And that's why I love coming here, is like every single person we've ever either bounced from a video to our video, from their video to another person's video, is all in one place. And I don't really know where there's anything else like that. I mean, obviously, some of the car race stuff you guys go to, it's a bunch of YouTubers. That's super specific to your motorsports side. But as far as all these like action sports, adrenaline junkies, and sledders and everything, I mean, Ronnie Renner was here. Like,
Yeah.
It's cool that we have this place in this industry to come here and sit down and BS like this. It's super rare.
Yeah, we were talking about that this morning. How like that's one of the best parts about coming here is just like getting to see everyone.
Yeah.
Getting to see all the friends that you only see like once or twice a year.
It's a little overwhelming.
It is.
You run into everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I love it. You do have a lot of the same conversations.
Yeah, for sure.
Like almost where I got it dialed in now. Except last night, dude, that backwoods party was so loud. It just had the same conversation, but screaming at each other.
Yeah, it was like super loud until all of a sudden the music stopped because some guy in a Yeti costume spilled beer all over the set.
Yeah, is that guy with your group?
Dude, Mike I don't even know where he got the Yeti costume. And he was like dancing up on the bar, and he spilled beer all over the DJ and Ronnie Renner. And he's wearing this costume, and after he does it, everyone's like, yo, what the hell, man? And he takes the mask off. I was like, bro, put the mask back on. Put the mask back on. And he was like, I'm sorry. I'm like, put the mask back on, Mike. What are you doing, bro? Don't let people know.
Ben, I know you guys got a lot of stuff to do. I'll let you go in a second here. Final question, not really a question, more a comment. Congrats on the booth. It's awesome.
Thank you.
We're right across from you. We see you guys packed all day long.
Yeah.
Talk about rewarding for you guys coming together here and getting to actually interact with the fans. And I know you guys do some other meetups here and there, but this one's kind of the mecca for you guys.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, there was a 3-hour line, like people waiting 3 hours for the meet and greet, which is insane. I was like, I don't think we're worth waiting 3 hours like at all. But it's really cool that people do that. And yeah, it's definitely grown from the first year that we came. It was like 5 or 6 years ago.
In the swaps.
And we were in the middle of the swaps, and like we had to say, hey, we're in like this row in this swap. Come and find us if you can.
Yeah.
And like maybe people just wandering by would be like, oh, hey, I didn't know you guys were here. And we sold a couple hats. And then the next year was like, I think we got moved to the edge of swap. And we were like, we're still in swap, but we're on the edge.
Yeah.
You might be able to find us a little bit easier. And then the next year they were on like the very end of like the vendor in like the corner. And then the next was a little bit better. And then now it's, over there. And yeah, it's crazy though to like look back at, how it's grown and changed every year.
Yeah. Well, congrats, buddy. I'm always
you.
stoked for you. Appreciate you sitting down. I know you got a bunch of crap to tear down because everybody else is doing this while you're sitting here.
Yeah.
I think you might be doing that strategically, but
They got it taken care of.
safe travels home. We'll see you, I don't know, sometime coming up here
Dude.
this winter.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. Thanks,
man.
buddy.
Yeah.
See you, Ben.
Later, bro.
Caleb.
David.
How are you, buddy? How's your HayDays been so far?
Good.
It's been a blur. I can't believe it's already Sunday afternoon. I get here every time. We start setting up Thursday. We set up Friday. All of a sudden, Saturday happens, and then you wake up and you're like, this is the last day already.
Yeah, it's kind of wild. I feel like normally I'm looking forward to the end of it, but
Yeah.
now the sun's out and I'm kind of like, dreading it. I
Yeah.
don't really want to clean up. I want to just hang out for a while yet.
Yeah, you proven progression. The words right there, progression. It's progressed. It's been awesome to watch it grow. You guys, did you do a booth for Proven this year and everything?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. This is my third year with the
Yeah,
booth, yep.
third year with it. It's
Fourth year with the business, third year with the
Yeah.
booth, yeah.
It's cool. I met some of I've had numerous guys from when I joined you on your pro ride thing or so either message me and just say thanks for coming and how awesome and gave you a review. The one, is it Mason? Is that one of the kids?
Yeah, Mason Miller.
Yeah, he reached out and said, like, dude, I just want to make sure that you guys all at 509 know how awesome Caleb runs a business. And that's why, I mean,
That's
the
cool.
proof's in the pudding right there, dude. You do a great job. Going into this season, is there anything new that you're twisting it up with at all? Is there any stuff open still, or are you fully booked?
Yeah, I still have a fair amount of availability. I probably have like 40% left or so.
Yeah.
So if you want to get in on a clinic, there's still time. Kind of just doing more of the same, pushing it a little bit harder, doing more clinics, doing more rentals, and I have 2 full-time guys working with me this year, so that'll be a big change.
Yeah, you did, let's see, do you still do a beginner or just intermediate and advanced now?
I'm doing a beginner, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I have either 2 or 3 beginner clinics, intermediate, advanced, and then the pro ride again.
Yeah, the pro ride's cool. If you guys are, I don't know, is that booked already?
No, I still have some spots there.
Okay.
But before you go into this, you have to attend an advanced clinic first.
Okay.
So don't get too excited.
Which is fair. Which is
Yep,
completely
yep.
fair. I think that's necessary. You don't want some guy showing up there and you're dragging a ski all day.
Yeah.
But-
and it's supposed to be like very specific for guys that want to push in the industry, not just learn new maneuvers, but learn how to navigate the industry
Yeah.
and progress that side.
Good. Look at this. This is just nonstop action. Brett, I wish I could just say mother effing Turcotte.
That'd be fitting.
Brett Turcotte.
Did you see his Reach Beyond segment last night?
I saw it last night. Did you show the whole thing or was it just a teaser?
So that was pretty much version 1. We're going to go live on the internet with it later in November. But yeah, that was the first time that the public has ever got to see it. So.
I saw bits and pieces of it because there was a million things going on in there. But some next level stuff as always.
Yeah, it was good, man. To put myself into that situation where I just go out into the unknown, like literally unknown.
Yeah.
Have never seen that terrain before other than a scout trip in the helicopter 6 months prior.
I was going to ask what the pre-planning process was there to that.
Yeah, so we seen a weather window in, I believe it was January, and I jumped in the heli with the guys and we flew zones and legit like no sled access zones. You know, we're in legal, snowmobile riding
There's just
areas.
no roads to get
There's
there.
no roads there. The drainages are too gnarly. But once you get up into the Alpine, it's just like this amazing playground.
Yeah.
And instead of spending months and weeks on end to try and get in there with the snowmobile and then be out of gas, man, let's just fly. Let's fly some snowmobiles into the mountains.
How cool is it to say you've ridden somewhere that you are 100% confident nobody has ever ridden a snowmobile?
It was insane and also like really terrifying at the same time.
Yeah.
We did have a good safety plan lined up. The helicopter was on the ground the entire time when we were filming. But we're still an hour from the hospital. So to take that terrain, utilize it, and put myself in scary situations was, it was a fun challenge.
Yeah. I'm excited to see the polished, finished up version of it because, a couple of years ago when you were doing nollies off cliffs and stuff, like, that's the next level stuff that people still talk about, that specific clip.
Yeah, that clip is it still makes its rounds, man.
Yeah.
And, I took some inspiration from previous video projects and took some inspirations from, say, Andreas flipping the Turtle Gap and I put my own spin on it. So I say that literally, actually.
Yeah.
I did a big step down flip and
That was so gnarly.
It was gnarly. And I look at it and I look at the iPhone angle and I look at the the A grade shot and everything, and like it kind of like flabbergasts myself.
How much different is the approach flipping while stepping down than flipping and either stepping up or to a conventional landing?
Yeah, so call it flip stepping up. You could pretty much just hit it as fast as you want.
Yeah.
And there's no consequence. Flipping a gap, you get the speed right, and then you just pull back and then you flip it. But when you start sending it down, 50% of the way or 50% of the length of the gap. Like the gap was close to 100 feet, and I was also going 50 down. That's when things got really gnarly for me. I had to learn on the fly. My first one, I thought I had the speed, and I went 20 feet too far. you know. And
is over rotating the scariest possibility of it?
over rotating and going long.
Yeah.
So my first one, I didn't over rotate, but I just went long. I missed the landing completely. I landed on a downhill, but it was still like so flat. I was
G'd
falling
out.
from so high.
Yeah.
I had one option, and that was to try and land it. And luckily my Olin suspension took the brunt of it, and I kind of just bounced off the side, and the sled cartwheeled down to the bottom of the mountain and stuck wide open. I had to run down there and shut it off and tell the camera guys I'm good, and to keep the cameras rolling because I'm good. Let's go again.
Gnarly.
I can't believe you got up from that and then nailed it. 'Cause that was a rowdy crash. Like, that puts guys out for weeks a lot of the time.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I'm just built for this shit. I hit the ground this weekend here too, and just got right back up and went and did a KOD flip. So back to the step down thing. That was a massive learning experience for me. Putting that one in the memory bank, and moving on to bigger and better things.
Totally. Speaking of, you mentioned inspiration earlier. I know, Caleb, you and Brett have talked a lot from when you were getting into ramping and just some of his sled control. I see it in yours too now, like some of your whip style and everything. Brett was you were the OG guy, kind of throwing out huge whips, leaning off the side, leg on the seat, and you too now. It's been cool how you've kind of chatted and crafted up these styles over the years.
Yeah, Caleb's guy's an animal on a snowmobile. It's cool to see that style never dies, or my good buddy Jamie says style never sleeps.
Yeah. Caleb, some of your whip style this year on some of the YouTube videos you've been posting, I almost saw like a little like hint of some like downside whip action, which is cool to see that brought to the backcountry, because then that Brett sees it and he goes, oh man, I gotta get that. I can't let Caleb just have that. And then Brett does something and Caleb goes, I gotta figure out how to do that like Brett. And all of a sudden you two are like, you guys and Andreas and all those guys are definitely pushing it. I personally think the hardest as far as style goes too. And the three of you keep posting clips, and it's like they keep getting better and better and better.
Yeah, constantly feeding off each other, trying to tweak like one guy's style to make it your own, or take something away from it, or you're just pumped to like push your own style that much harder because you see someone else pushing their style.
Yeah.
Like, I don't ever want to go try a front flip like Andreas, but but seeing him land something like that makes me want to try to land something of my own.
Yeah, it's what continuously pushes it. Otherwise, we'd all still just be hitting little kickers out in the backcountry here and there and filming on our iPhones.
Yeah, you know what's funny about all of that too is like we all kind of have this like inner competitor in us, you know? And I know that it goes
friendly fire.
Friendly fire, yeah. I know that it goes across the board though. Like Andreas will see something that I've done, and then I get a DM and it's like, man, that was sick. Like, what do you think about this? Yeah, it's like, you know, we all kind of like are leveling each other up, and I feel like, you know, the sport of freeride snowmobiling or backcountry snowmobiling is in a really good spot right now. It's getting the most visibility it's ever had. Things are being put on the internet instantaneously.
Totally.
And then when you get these chances to have these projects where it's like, I'm kind of being a little loose-lipped with my buddies about what I'm up to, but then you come to an event like this and you get to see something firsthand. It reminds me back of the days of doing legit video premieres.
Yeah.
You know, it's cool to be able to see it all instantly, but I think that there's something to be said about that hype and that build-up of, you know, my close ring knows exactly what happened.
Yeah.
The general public has no idea. So
Yeah.
I think that shock and awe factor, you know, goes a long way.
Between what you just did and then the Big Five, and then, I mean, everything that everybody's putting out, between constant YouTube feed, like the level of just media you can currently consume is at an all-time high.
Yeah, and then like you're saying with feeding off each other, like I see what Caleb's doing, he sees what I'm doing. We're out on the mountain together doing stuff, and we're pushing each other, you know.
Yeah.
And
Our day together was one of my favorite this season.
That was insane, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I took Caleb into a zone he had never even really been in before, and it's like one of the more public zones in the Revelstoke area. And I'm like, what do you mean you've never been here?
You like the cliff lines behind the cabin at Boulder? That one?
Just as popular as that.
Yeah. I still had the cabin in eyesight on our first feature. So, yeah, no,
I was joking. Oh, that's
Not Boulder.
Oh, okay.
Eagle Pass.
Okay.
Yeah. The cat's out of the bag. We're at Eagles Pass.
It's not too big of a secret.
But that's the thing, dude. Like when you get a a like-minded group of dudes together.
It looks at terrain different. Yeah.
Yep. And Caleb and I went out and had an insane day.
Yeah.
Some of the biggest airs that I ever got all season long was with Caleb, and that's not because I was like in there to show off, but it was just like things were lining up, and we had good weather, we had good snow, our crew was insane. We ran into some just some parking lot bros, and they all had scoops on the back of their sleds. They're like, "Hey, can we come and hang?" We're like, "Absolutely."
You guys look like you want to help shoveling. Perfect.
Drug them through some gnarly tree lines. I was on my 46, I believe, right?
Yeah.
And I was on my 46, and Caleb was on his booster, and we drug these dudes through some gnar, and stuff that maybe only had enough snow for one descent. And then there's 6 other guys that have to go behind Caleb and I. Yeah. And we get to the bottom and we're high-fiving. We're like, that was gnarly.
That one chute that you drug us down, that got a little slick at the end. I think I was the last guy down that, and I had to pick a whole different route.
No snow left.
There was none.
Yeah.
Chase went down it backwards and like a backwards elevator and slid from the top all the way down.
It was it was very entertaining to be on the lake, and I can just see scattered snowmobiles coming down the mountain. I was like,
you knew what you were doing too.
Oh yeah,
You're
absolutely.
Like, we're gonna go for an adventure.
It was like having the bumpers up on bowling, just bouncing down.
Yeah. You're using 30-inch fir trees as bumpers.
Yeah. Speaking of booster, Caleb, you kind of broke the norm this year and did some big stuff on a 165.
Yeah.
And showed it was still, hey, this thing is just as capable.
Yeah, that was kind of an accident. I had my 9R set up as a 137, and I thought like it was late enough in the season to ride a 137. It wasn't, and the only skid I had sitting around was a 165. So I just like accidentally ended
3
up with
feet of track hanging out the back.
On the same sled, I went from a 137 to a 165 overnight, and
He didn't get the memo that the 165, some of the older fellas in the group, like Cody McNulty and Andrew Munster, those guys are like 65 freaks, dude.
Yeah, they are.
So when you start to get over 30, then it'll be okay to be on that. Probably a majority of the season.
I don't know about that. I just wanted to do something different, and I wasn't planning on jumping it, but ended up.
Do you know how many scoop shovels you can fit in the back of a 165?
Well, I was running a short tunnel.
Oh
so
yeah,
it was
never
the
mind.
Same.
Never mind.
The track stuck out so far out of that tunnel.
Yeah.
When I did bow ties, the sled wanted to land on top of me because there's no tunnel to slow the rotation down. It's kind of sketchy.
Came around quick.
Yeah.
I was doing that with a 46 in a 55 tunnel. And same thing. The one time I landed so hard that the track lug came up and grabbed the taillight and folded it under the bumper.
Well, I feel like we should get Roscoe in the middle here for a minute with you, Brett.
Yeah, let's do it.
There's 2 that don't really get to pair up very often.
Yeah, let's get some banter
I'll
going.
tap out and I'll go get Roscoe.
I'll get Roscoe in there. Yeah. Roscoe! Get in here.
What do we have?
We want to heckle you.
You know what time it is?
I'll check. 1:30.
What time you got, Boogie?
I'm on course at 2.
Okay, we'll give it 5 minutes here and out
5:10.
with Roscoe.
I just got to do a lens exchange and then.
Okay. We'll do 5 minutes and Ross Robinson.
You know the podcast never lasts 5 minutes.
I know.
Yo.
Ross, I just keep saying it every single time somebody new sits down. The pairings we get here, you don't get this anywhere else.
No, really nice.
Right now you're getting like a nice steak and sushi combo.
Which one's which? You decide.
Yeah. Surf and turf.
We were just talking about how gnarly of whips these guys had that were sitting here before.
Oh yeah.
Ross, I'd love you to speak on your whips.
Not as gnarly.
I don't know, man.
Could use improvement.
I've seen you go upside down before. You're on a machine built for whipping.
I know. I stay in my lane. I think I can almost whip my mountain bike a bit bigger now. So hopefully that translates into sleds this winter.
You've been shredding the mountain bike.
We've been riding a lot.
Lives in mountain bike mecca of the PNW, dude.
Yeah.
And he's also good friends with some of the best mountain bikers in the world.
Yeah.
You don't have many excuses not to be good at it.
No, yeah. It's either it's step up or get lost, kid. It's fun. That's how you become really good at things.
I put myself in that same situation back home in Kamloops. You know, there's a lot of big, mountain bike names that are from there, and it's just for me, they're just buds. But then you step into Crankworks, and it's kind of like this. You're walking through the crowds with them, and they're getting hung up for photos and autographs and video premieres, and it's cool to have an action sports community like that. And it's handlebars, man.
Yeah. Ross, you got a little bit of everything over there. You got some of the best snowboarders in the world, and who do you live with right now?
Yeah, my landlord's Ben Ferguson. He's a Olympic snowboarder.
That's amazing.
I think I missed rent. I didn't pay rent before I came here.
I think Ben's here looking for you, actually.
He's no, but it is actually insane. The little zone that I live in has curated some insane athletes in the action sports world. I think there's a lot of pockets like that where you're at. Brett is similar, and it's really, really cool. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Go ahead,
I mean,
let's go.
we were talking about the mountain bike thing. We did a rally, which is basically like for the local bike park. We just all show up, photo, and do everything. And Dusty Weigel goes off the front of like a 20-line mountain like crew and does a front flip off the mega booter, and then Storch flat spins 3, and there's 20 of us coming behind at a full head of steam. Like, it's like, dude, you have to
Adrenaline.
you have to be so dialed on, like, yeah. And he doesn't ride that park that much. Like, it's
Right.
not his daily thing.
So rad, dude. I mean, I ran into Storch at Crankworks this year and had some good conversations with him, and the mountain bike world is it's crazy. A lot of those guys are actually sledders too, you know.
Yeah.
You know what I want to talk about is your hangs with Deegan.
Oh,
you
yeah.
You got to go do some sledding this year with Deegan.
Metal Militia OG.
Yeah, you know what? I'm not gonna lie, I was a little jealous.
I
was
know.
Like, what? Roscoe
was-
got to go sledding with Brian, and Brian and I are buds online. I mean, you know, we're talking to each other, and I congratulate him when Hayden's doing well at Supercross. And we
Yeah.
actually like just talk about some life stuff too, you know. And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that dude is one of the realest, you know, OGs that I've ever met. And for you to take somebody that's in that, you know, segment of action sports and to put them onto a snowmobile, dude, like, congrats. Like, you made it, dude.
Yeah, it was a cool opportunity that, we're just trying to grow the sport. So they put it together, obviously with the Can-Am relationship that Deegan has. And, he came out, and I'll tell you what, that dude is a busy man. Like, he flew from Florida, got in at like 11 p.m., picked him up at like 6 a.m., rode all day, and he was out the next morning at like 6 a.m.
Well, yeah, you're managing a whole family in different race teams.
You see how many power boosters he has in his pockets for his phones? Like, I feel like that dude's got like 6 phones and 10 power booster chargers.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
I don't know. I just give him so much credit for doing this, because I get through HayDays weekend, I'm like, I need a month off now. But this is them every single weekend, 365 days a year.
Yep.
and getting pulled in so many different directions. You know,
Yeah.
Haley, Hayden, Huxon.
Yeah.
You know, and then mix in family time with all that too is like, yeah, it's pretty cool to watch that. And I mean, I can relate to it because all summer long we're racing motocross with Hudson and Ezra and myself, and we're going weekend to weekend to races, and then in between I'm prepping
freestyle
bikes and doing
shows.
freestyle shows and attending events. Is like, man, this is wild. I mean, I kind of signed up for it at a young age, and to be able to just carry it on and to introduce that sort of lifestyle to my kids is pretty amazing.
Yeah, totally. You think Deegan's gonna get back on a sled? Like, did he show a ton of interest?
I think with the right opportunity, yeah. If the thing is with our sport, you guys know it, the learning curve's so steep.
Yeah.
Like, I would have loved to have.
He's got to commit some time to it.
Yeah, I feel like the experience.
Jeez.
Hey,
Somebody's horny.
We've had so many interesting sounds in the
I feel
background.
like the experience to that is going to be like, get that dude on a snow bike, get him out intermingled with what snowmobiles can actually do, and then he'll be like, okay, he'll gain some respect, and then get him into the Alpine where he's able to go and jump and do. I think that would be the angle to find. You know?
And we definitely got to I got to show out a little bit on like what the sled can do, and he was he was getting it. Like, I had him counter steering and turning and stuff, but the mission wasn't necessarily to like make him a rider in one day, which is nearly impossible, even if you're as talented as he is. But you know, we got it done, and it was a really fun experience just to like chat with him and
That's so awesome.
And it's always like so inspiring seeing those guys.
Yeah, and then now you've like got that contact, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you're like, hey, Brian, I'm in Florida. What's up?
Yeah,
You know?
exactly.
And then you guys are out on the Can-Am shoots together. Like,
Yeah.
you built a relationship off of, just something that comes directly from snowmobiling. Like, that's you've gone outside of industry.
Yeah.
I feel like that's like something that's really unique, and mad props. Dude.
Thank you.
100%. I was so jealous.
Yeah.
Like, 'cause I've had that conversation with him in the past. Like, he's like, yeah, let's go snow biking. And then I seen you guys were out on snow. I'm like, you little bugger, dude.
Yeah.
But I got to cut it short, guys. I see Nikki's tapping the clock on me.
you got to go backflip some snowmobiles.
Yeah, I'm on course. So
Go get upside down, please.
Hell yeah.
Appreciate it,
Leaving
Brett.
you guys
Thanks
in
for
good
sitting
hands.
down, man.
Yep. See you, Brett.
Later.
Roscoe, How's overall HayDays been this year for you? I know you've been pulled all over. You're a big OEM guy now.
Yeah.
You're the poster child of an OEM, which is awesome. That's the dream come true.
Yeah. Well, until Bergmark shows up, and then.
Oh God, look who's just sat next to you.
No, it's good. Super busy, and just trying to do a lot. I wear a lot of hats right now, which is hard to do really well at all of them. So I'm supposed to talk about products and snowmobiles and get on a couple podcasts, and then also shoot content for links for their social channels, and it's like you gotta want it. So yeah, it's good to be busy and to do it also, but it's also fun. And then I don't think I've went to bed before midnight since Thursday, and I haven't got up after 5 a.m. So it's like you're running on 4 or 5 hours of sleep for
fumes,
5 days. Yeah,
fumes. The mornings are always so rough. Whether or not you've had indulged the evening before, you're just gassed no matter what.
Yeah.
But then something about noon comes around and you're like right back in it. The HayDays fever takes over again, and you're just like, yep, all right, let's keep this going for another day.
Yeah, exactly.
Look at this dairy farmer next to you.
I'm back.
Trent.
Ross, you're only wearing one hat. I just want to make.
Oh,
I mean,
thanks. Yeah, I'm only wearing one hat right now.
It'd be weird if you stack them.
If I had two on.
How do you? A lot of the viewers actually know who Trent is now because he's been a reoccurring.
Just weaseled my way in here.
How if you had to explain to somebody who Trent is, Ross, before you jump out of here, I'm really curious your take on this.
I mean, Trent's just the horns, man. Trent's just a really good dude, and he's just our boy, and he's down for anything. Like you were like, Trent, we're doing this.
His catchphrase is whatever, dude. I don't care.
Yeah, are you in? And he's like, yeah.
I don't really have a choice, man.
Yeah, and then about 4 hours later, sometimes he's like, I regret my decision.
Yeah, you guys have definitely pulled me into some situations that I wouldn't have put myself in because I am violently average.
What was your Instagram bio?
I can check.
He needs to check.
Dairy farmer,
Oh, yeah.
semi
or professional dairy farmer, semi-professional. Hold on, professional dairy farmer, amateur snowmobiler, semi-amateur photo video.
Yeah, semi-amateur.
I think that's like D class.
Yeah,
that's.
if you were to break that down.
No, that is a great. That's a great description. But the main thing is if you want to hang out with us, you gotta be able to talk smack. You gotta be able to take it because it's ruthless.
Oh yeah, we don't actually mean it.
No.
That means we like you.
That's I constantly say that. If the day one of us quits making fun of each other is the day we have to sit down and go, is everything okay, man?
Man, you guys must really like me.
Did I? Yeah. Oh yeah, we love you, Trent. You absolute pile. You specimen.
And then Trent will be like, we'll be filming and you I'll mess up and Trent will be like, that sucked. And I'm like,
coming from a dairy farmer from
I
Michigan.
just got there. Yeah. I just got done digging myself out of the middle of a packed trail.
It's his first day in the mountains of the year, and he's like, you suck.
Didn't
Ross.
quite bring enough rotation on that backflip.
Yeah.
Try it again.
Oh man,
That's why we love it.
I had the
Though.
lens cap on.
Gosh, classic. All right, Ross, I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna get Levi to sit down here for a minute.
Yeah, we love it.
We're just bouncing around, guest after guest after guest.
Okay.
There's never the opportunity like this to have so many people on in a matter of an hour.
That's true.
Thank you, Roscoe. We look
Yep.
forward to seeing you this winter, buddy.
I love you guys.
We love you more.
Stay strapped.
Never look better.
Never looked better.
Levi, come on over. Trent, have you met Levi?
I have not.
Well, you're about to meet him right
Here,
now.
Ross, don't forget that. You need that
And
for
your-
all your hats.
Yep. Don't forget your camera. You need that for your paycheck.
Yeah, one of your
Look at
hats.
him answering phones, business
Oh my
calls.
God, that's 2 hats.
He's like, buy, sell, buy, sell.
Rough day at the business factory.
At the business venture. We don't really know how Ross gets paid. Like, he doesn't have a job in the summer, but
Yeah.
he's doing all right.
Money just shows up in his mailbox.
Levi,
How we doing?
welcome.
Thank you.
You got to get right in there, man.
All right.
There we go.
Yeah.
Levi Green. Levi, obviously you've been, how many years now with 509?
I've been with 3 years. This will be my 4th.
Yep. And you kind of really got involved heavy with Caleb in the last few years, huh?
Yes. Yes, I have.
That's the continued pattern here for the next coming season?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then perfect. That sets me up to ask you, What exactly are you doing in the winters with Caleb?
So this season I will be a instructor / guide for the entire season. Jumping in kind of through our friendship, and at one point I was actually a client of his.
Yeah.
And
I love hearing those stories.
Yeah.
I love that. It's a theme with all these guys almost that do guiding or clinics.
yeah.
Did you repeat? Did you come back a couple times or?
I actually just did one clinic. I did an advanced clinic, and I went from being the, I would say kind of a better rider out of my local group, and I kind of held myself to a pedestal at that point, and I didn't branch out or network or ride with a whole bunch of other riders. And at that point, I thought I was somewhat good until I went out there, and I got humbled real quick.
Yeah, Trent knows all about getting humbled.
Man.
We call it baptism by fire. They just drag me in.
I'm Levi, by the way.
Trent.
Trent's my longtime buddy here, I'm sure you've seen him up here in the videos and everything. And we just read his Instagram bio. He's a professional dairy farmer,
Amateur snowmobiler,
and
semi-amateur photo video.
Yep. So
Nice.
between all of those, he's a package deal.
Yeah.
Man, you are stacked.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Levi, I got to ask you because Trent will love this story.
Okay.
If we can talk about it,
Yes.
your training experience you had last winter, just let me know right now if you're able to talk about that.
I can talk about it without fine details.
Okay. As far as who it was, are you able
Yes.
to? Okay.
Who it was.
Cool experience.
Awesome.
Who was it?
It was some American Special Forces.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oof. You hear that, Trent?
I did.
Yeah.
But they're also holding waters up to me,
Yeah.
and I haven't drank water in 3 days. Thank you.
Like, if we talk, it's not going to be like FBI come through the ceiling of this tent right now?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
Share as much as you can because it's really, really cool experience
Yes.
from what I've heard.
Yeah. So essentially, what it is, I got the opportunity through my past military experience, and through my avalanche training that All American Heroes over there actually put on for me, and the instructor and the foundation or Tyler's Backcountry Awareness.
Yep.
Provided the avalanche training, and Brian Lundstedt afforded me the opportunity to come out and help them instruct some of America's Special Forces.
I like how he says that. He's like, I think I can say that.
I have to think about it. 'cause
Okay.
I know who they are, but I can't say.
Yeah.
few things.
After we're done recording this, if you text me and go, hey, actually, can you cut that out? That's fine. Let me know.
Yeah.
But it's just kind of pretty cool to see that they are actively interested in that as a form of, some warfare.
Yeah.
and
Well,
and are going,
Preparedness, we'll call it.
yeah, and are learning through people that they have figured out are involved in the industry and are are trained heavily from avalanches to riding and safety.
Yeah.
Never thought I'd hear something like that. Like,
Yeah.
can you imagine seeing some guys come full tactical through the woods on a Matrix?
So, funny story about that. Caleb was actually doing some guiding with some clients.
Yeah.
And they ran into us, and we're like, "What the heck is this?"
Caleb's like, oh, I think I forgot to pay my taxes.
Yeah. They knew where to find him.
Yeah.
What a cool experience, though, huh?
It was incredible. Being able to take my experience in the Marine Corps and translate that into my passion of snowmobiling.
How many years did you do in the Marines?
I did 4.
Yeah, thanks for your service, man.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Stayed in the States throughout that?
I went to Iraq twice for Operation Inherent Resolve, and then when I came back, I went into line work and was working towards becoming a lineman. About 3 years in my apprenticeship, I decided that I want to do something else.
Yeah.
And allow me to enjoy and push myself in this sport more.
Well, you met the right person to do that with, and I love the stories of this exactly right here. You were a client, and all of a sudden now you're involved in the industry, and you're a name to people, and that's happened with look at Roscoe.
Mm-hmm.
Started with Barant, he was a client also. Lars, even like good friend of Sane's growing up and started riding together, and now he works with Sane Skinner. It's just this reoccurring theme. So for listeners, there's a lot of benefits to not only going to these clinics to learn how to, conquer the backcountry safer, more efficiently, but it opens doors. And
It does.
The proof is in pudding right here with you.
Absolutely. When you see opportunity, or if you see something, you're like, man, I want to do that. We'll do it.
Yeah.
What's stopping you from doing it?
I know. Nobody ever sat on the couch their whole life and then looked back and was like, yep, that was time well spent.
Absolutely.
And it never hurts being a decent human being.
Yeah.
No.
That gets you a long ways in this industry.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Everyone is. It's a lot of great people.
Yeah.
I mean,
The snowmobile industry as a whole is just incredible.
It is.
Just everyone's all about helping each other, and we all want to see each other succeed. And
it really
do good
shines
things.
at these events too. You go
All these
talk to
evening
people
get-togethers, and it's like, wow, I know 100 people here.
Yeah.
I don't really know how, but they're all just great people.
Just this gathering of people from all over I would say country, but there's multiple countries. There's a couple continents. There's I mean, people from
We got people from
long
Sweden,
ways
Canada,
away.
Norway.
Yeah,
I mean, I think there's some guys from Chile. It is the mecca here for networking and just meeting your favorite rider, your favorite aftermarket manufacturer, OEM. This is the place to be if you are interested in getting into the sport, have been into the sport. I haven't missed a HayDays in 20 years, except for COVID.
Yeah, absolutely. 2 years ago, I flew myself out here because I was like, I want to know who these people are.
Yeah.
I see them on Instagram, and I see them, all over the medias and stuff, but I don't know them.
Yeah.
And they're just people. So if you put yourself in a position where you can meet and talk to them and experience that, it'll open up doors.
You said it right there. Everybody's just humans. I see people. It's cool. I understand. You get a little starstruck, right?
Oh yeah.
And lock up. But at the end of the day, just remind yourself, hey, this dude, he's just a normal guy who's just exceptionally good at this sport. Other than that, it's a level playing field.
Yes, exactly.
But I was just gonna say something. I had a train of thought there, and I completely lost it. Pause. Loading. I completely lost
along
it.
the same
man,
route
that'll
that we were
happen.
talking,
I think
or
so.
changing gears.
There's some road construction I see.
Oh, now I remember. You said putting faces to the name. You know what goes a long way nowadays? It's posting a photo of yourself without a helmet on Instagram.
Yeah.
I get here and there's so many people like, dude, do you remember I messaged you a month ago? And I think of what their profile picture was or something, and have no idea. I'm like, I just know who you are with a helmet on.
Yeah. Go put this helmet on. Let me see if I recognize you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the orange altitude helmet.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that guy. Yeah.
Another thing with that is I've noticed how much people pay attention to stories.
Yeah.
And they build a persona of you through your stories.
Yeah.
So there's something that I've done regularly is just I'm passionate about lifting and getting in the gym, and so every now and then I'll post just a picture of a progress pic or something.
Yeah.
And I can't tell you how many people are like, oh man, the pose is just like this. And it's oh well.
You can almost set yourself up for failure. That's the icebreaker for people because that's all they know. And you're like, why am I talking about this so much to people?
Yep, exactly.
Then you end up having to take your shirt off for people to recognize you.
Now you got to turn a little more to this angle.
Yeah.
Oh, yep, I've seen that photo. Yeah,
Yep.
I know that guy.
Yes, exactly.
Well, we've been running an hour already. I kind of want to get out and wander around, enjoy HayDays. I'm sad it's coming to an end already. I wonder if we could ever handle it as a 3-day event. I think people get pretty burnt out, but I still get sad when it comes to an end.
Yeah.
Mixed emotions, but Levi, thanks for coming on, buddy.
Absolutely. Thank you for
Great
having me.
seeing you here. Trent, I'll see you.
You got to get your stuff out of my trailer.
Yeah, exactly. Well, thanks for tuning in, everybody. I know there's a lot of background noise, but that's the spirit of HayDays. Everything from horns to dirt bikes flipping, sleds flipping. There's a Dino across from us you got to hear earlier. Drag races. There's a lot going on here, but it's just, that's what you get when you come to HayDays. So if you're listening on YouTube, leave us a comment. Always appreciate reading them. Spotify, Apple. Thank you for all 5-star reviews. As I always say, every time you give us a good review there, it pushes it out to more people and gets more people involved in the sport, and hopefully it turns you into a sledder, and you get out here and get to meet all these guys also. So, HayDays 2023, almost a wrap, but thank you guys, as always, for stopping by the booth every single year, year after year, and we will see you here next year.
Don't forget to just subscribe.
Describe. You almost said
Describe.
describe.
I did.
Don't forget to describe
Don't
this podcast to your
describe us.
friends. Later, guys.